moving toward kind of the south and east at about, I think about 25, maybe close to 30 miles per hour. Let's double check that speed here at the latest time. So for folks out here, again, in Tishomingo County, pretty much right where I have that white line coming down on there on Mama Justice Doppler radar, that's where we expect to have, again, the largest hailstones out of this thunderstorm there. So let's go 3D on this. And again, watching that moving from Midway and Payton toward Tishomingo, toward the south and east. Again, we'll try to get that speed. I mentioned that a moment ago. Let's take this back about an hour. And you can't see this pretty much there near Chihuahua about an hour ago. That hail core, or at least precipitation core, already showing up at that point in time. So moving about 28 miles per hour over the last hour or so toward the southeast. So as we kind of slice into this for a moment, kind of check in and see what we see aloft here on this thunderstorm. We do have some hail. I'll show an extreme amount of hail up there. Make this a 30-minute loop here. So we can go back and see if that hail was a little higher a little bit ago. Yeah, hail core was definitely a bit higher when it was up just south of Burnsville about 11:20. So current time is about 11:36, about 15 minutes ago. So some of that bigger hail probably falling out of these. That's what we kind of expect in this scenario, is that they kind of pop up, produce what they're going to produce, and then kind of go through a bit of a collapsing phase. And kind of spit out what they're going to spit out there. So that's likely what we're again seeing out of this as it moves toward the south and east with the speed at about 30 miles per hour, just under 30 miles per hour. So get a storm track on that there. And again, Payton, Tishomingo, kind of in the path of this. We'll take this out in the North Alabama as well. And we're going to check some of these other thunderstorms we have out here in Tippah, stretching into Prentiss and southern Alcorn counties as well. So we show the Payton community pretty much right now for you, Tishomingo. That'd be the city Tishomingo. Looking at that for you by about 11:44, Carter Branch 11:51, Peterstown there 11:55, Burnstown 11:59, Maud at 12 o'clock. Noontime there, Pleasant Site 12:16, and working toward the White Oak community about 12:22. Again, Doppler radar indicates some hail. I think the largest hail probably falling out of that in the last few minutes here. We'll look at wind mode here on Mama Justice Doppler radar. Again, keeping that showing some gusty winds there. I don't show not a lot that are super extreme, but I don't typically expect that in this scenario. Let's look from our camera there in Iuka back toward this. Give me a moment while I move one of my monitors around behind the scenes here so I have a better kind of angle to look at that. Obviously a lot of heavy rainfall in Iuka, but the strongest part of that thunderstorm is a little south of town. So that'd be Woodall Mountain, I think right there toward the horizon. We're looking at kind of looking back toward the south and west. Again, a severe thunderstorm warning continues there for Tishomingo County until about noon. Well, just after noon, as you can see, 12:15 there. Don't have obviously really a hail falling on that shot. I'm gonna see if I can pan this one just a little bit for you to have kind of maybe a slightly better angle on that. So give me just a moment here to do that. So again, this is our camera in Iuka, and I appreciate our partners there with the North Mississippi Storm Chasers, a good partner group with us here to kind of put up these cameras across North Mississippi. So again, we'll pan this toward the kind of southwest a little bit more, looking in the heart of this. I don't see any hail again there in Iuka, but again, I expect the worst part to be a little bit south Iuka, kind of where I have that line there, closer to the Payton area, honestly, where that is. Another angle we might be able to get a shot of this could be from there in Alcorn County, our what I call South Alcorn camera, but ultimately it is Rienzi-ish area that we're looking at on that. There's a bunch of different ones we can look at from that, but I'm gonna look toward our severe storm first. Give me a moment, and then we're gonna kind of pan back toward, actually we're gonna pan southwest, because then there was that other storm we were tracking just a moment ago there as well. As our camera kind of swings that direction. Again, just kind of